everyone! Welcome back to our second episode of Double Take 2x2. We're happy to have you with us in the new episode discussing how the aging of your parents affect you.
Aging is still today seen as the enemy of humankind. It has negative connotation and so many people are trying to slow it down, get ahead of their years. Lately, with even more treatments that help preserve the youthful age, the industries that provide us products and services in this domain are booming more than ever. The inevitable truth is that we can't escape it, and the first signs of it affect us most through seeing our parents age. In this episode, we will share more on how this is affecting Lana and me, and we would be curious to get your opinions on it too. Let's go! When you're a kid, the scale is tilted in your parents' favor. Your parents are your caretakers and you need them pretty much for everything. From teenage years to young adulthood, you start pushing the scale up. You become more independent and develop big thoughts by yourself, some that actually directly conflict with your parents. As you start earning some money, freedom is what actually levels up the scale, and you show them that you can take care of yourself. Your parents slowly become counselors and supporters of your life choices and career. You care for their opinion, as it's not anymore a one-way conversation, but now an exchange of ideas. When you reach full adulthood, which for some might actually take a little bit longer to reach, the scale starts to bend in your way. You're more technologically apt and you're more aware of what is going on in this world's economy and politics. So you become the advisor and supporter instead. Suddenly you start counting how many good years they still have left and how that fits into your life plans. Something you never found yourself thinking about before. You now want to know how their health is doing. If they are exercising enough, if they are cooking with too much salt or sugar. It basically reverses the whole dynamic between parent and child. Here is when the scale actually tilts in your favor, something you probably wished for a long time, but now feel it could have taken a bit longer to happen. Living abroad gives me independence, but this independence does come at a cost. I see my mother less frequently and I can't keep an eye on her mental and physical well-being as much as I wish I could. So I have to rely on other people, family members and friends, to keep an eye on her. When I calculate how many good years my mom might have left, together with how many times a year I plan to visit her, the result starts looking like a very thin number. It seems like I'm coldly planning the future, but one sometimes needs to face reality, and I'm happy that I realize this now rather than later. From time to time I ask myself if I'm doing enough, or if I'm kind enough, because I want to make sure I don't sleep on the wheel, and that I do not unwillingly miss out on spending enough quality time with the ones that I love. This always brings me peace of mind and will help me in the future to cope with feelings of regret when they are not around anymore.
When I moved to Germany, one of the first lessons that I had to learn was that simply because I'm not there, life doesn't stop back home. Of course, you know this theoretically, but once you start, being the one that comes home from time to time, only then you become aware on how much you're actually missing out. Life continues for all the people you love and are close with, just without you in the picture. They continue on with their activities, dynamics in the family, in the friendships, they're present for the big and small moments, and you need to learn and accept that now you're often the bystander. When you can't attend those big moments, yes, you might still get the photos or videos or be included via FaceTime, but the sad truth is that you're not there living those moments with them, and that can never be compensated by any virtual tool. These moments passing by are the hardest for me when it comes to my parents. Every time I come back home, I see a new wrinkle or a new gray hair, or that small new pain in doing a certain activity or loss of balance with the quick movements. And it just makes me think, how much longer do I really have with them? I've recently seen a video of one of the billionaires being asked what is his greatest success, and he answered that my kids still want to come home often, although they are adults. And having grown up in a wonderful family that I've been so blessed with, I could definitely relate to that and thought, yes, this is actually where my parents have been so successful. With all the missing out comes also a worry about their health. What will happen once it deteriorates? It's such a shift from being taken care of to starting to take care of your parents. And this comes with a lot of fear and anxiety on how you will manage it if and when that moment comes. When I visited the last time, my dad made his signature dish, and after taking a bite and immersing myself in the taste, suddenly there was a terrible thought that came through my mind. I thought that one day I'll never get to taste it again, and it hurt so badly. Yes, you will be eating the same sort of dishes at other people's places at the restaurants, but that one special taste can be repeated by anyone, anywhere. It will always be a special flavor that can be replicated. There can be, even better and tastier, but identical one, like the ones that your parents made, the ones that you grew up with, never again. And that was such a terrifying thought for me that has been haunting me lately. Lately, there have been many videos circulating on older people sharing some of their life wisdom, next to sharing about the importance of authenticity, of taking risks. One of the most commonly shared themes is the one on time, making sure that you use it in the best possible way, to not regret not doing things you wanted later in life. I'm a very active person and regularly try to be involved in many activities, and of course with that comes the balancing act. Deciding to spend my holidays back home with my family or travel to discover new cultures, new countries, just became part of this regular balancing act, and trying to maximize both became part of my yearly holidays planning.
Next to in-person contact, I talk to my mom every day. In the busy days, a few exchange messages on how our day went have to suffice, while on other days, I take time for longer calls for proper catch-ups. No matter how busy I am, I always make sure to take time in my day to check in on her, even if shortly. Making time for people you love is crucial, and recent psychological studies on well-being even shown a strong effect of relationships on longevity.
And that is all for our episode for today. Thank you for watching us, and as always, we're really looking forward to your feedback on this topic.
Get the discussion going by sharing this video with your friends and family, and as you know, like and subscribe so you can follow up on more of our videos.